Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my phone with me because I'm going to be doing a video that actually got recommended by a few of you. I feel like I'm saying I'm doing a really exciting video, but it's just a what's on my iPhone, and we will probably have the same apps anyway, but there might be something that I have that you don't. Maybe you're just nosy and you want to see what's on my iPhone. But I had 3 people request this video and they're like my first video request ever, so I had to pull through for them. After my unboxing video, if you watched that, you would know that I bought the new iPhone SE. And so today's video is going to be me showing you what's on my iPhone and how I organize my iPhone. Let's get to it. Now I'm just hoping that my screen recording works for this, because otherwise I'm not going to have a video. It says it's recording. So obviously at the start we have my lock screen. So my lock screen at the moment is just me and my best friend Chloe. If you watch my last video you'll see me surprising her for my birthday. If you watched my last video you would have seen me surprising her for her birthday. And then when we get into my iPhone, I just have the generic home page, nothing too fancy. I basically kept the bottom bar the same, so you can see I've got mail, messages, calls, and Safari. I don't think I've ever really played around with that. It just makes sense for me to keep it there. I've got my calendar, which I try to use as much as possible, but I like to write things down more or just set reminders in my reminders app. And then photos is obviously very full. I actually just had to buy a new storage because I have over 4,000 photos, so that was fun. Then we have camera, all that kind of stuff. I do have Google calendars because I use that for like my school and stuff. Yeah, so my homepage is pretty boring, pretty normal, so I guess we'll just swipe on over to the next page. And as you can see, my home screen is actually a picture of Wolfie's, the cafe in Auckland, which I took on my Fuji app because I love the filter that it puts on it. Now my inspiration for organising my phone actually came from one of Sadie Aldis's videos, where you have like your apps in folders. And then they have a title, and then you have some of the ones that you use the most like outside that folder but in the same row. And I love this because I used to have folder after folder after folder just like all over my home screen, and I hated it, but I didn't really know what else to do because I hate having single apps everywhere as well. But this one works for me. So first we have my socials. So Messenger I just use basically for talking to people for like sport or talking to like family members that don't have other forms of messaging. Pinterest I like to use for inspiration, but if you can't tell by my thread, I basically just have it for these guys. Like, come on. How cute, right? I have a folder completely dedicated to cute little puppies and it makes me very happy. And if you don't already, you can follow me on Pinterest if you want to check out some of my boards. Alright, then I have Fitbit, which I don't even use anymore because my Fitbit died. ASB because that's my bank. Yep. Anyway, then Disney Plus. I don't have that on my home screen because I don't use it as much. I actually cancelled my subscription because I'm #poor. I like to keep it there to hope that one day I might buy it again. Then Inspirations, that's my Bible app, so like every day it gives you like a cute little Bible verse and you can like read it and then also like read some more stuff about it. Then I have EPL because I play football and we love Liverpool and love their work this season. I'm so glad that the Premier League is back because we were having a few withdrawals. Then I have this app called Strava, which is actually for like runners, and my friend made me download it in lockdown and I've never used it once. I should probably just delete it, but it like keeps me hopeful that one day I might go for a run. Then I've recently downloaded Twitter simply because Donald Trump just makes me really angry. Made me want to download it, and so I follow some people that I like Michelle Obama. But yeah, I look at Donald Trump's tweets and it just kind of makes me mad. Like how, probably shouldn't say anything about him on here, but you know. my personal views. Then I have LinkedIn, which is just where you can like connect with a bunch of people in the industry, multiple industries. I had to make one for a course that I was doing in lockdown, but I actually found it super helpful and I connected with a lot of cool people. Then obviously I have Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat because they are my most used social medias. Facebook is more for like groups that I have to be a part of. Instagram is Instagram. If you don't already, you should definitely follow me. And then Snapchat, I know it looks like I have a lot of Snapchats because I haven't been on my phone that much today, so I do love my friends, but I've just been a little bit busy. Then my school one is kind of self-explanatory. I have like mostly Google ones, docs, slides. And then NCA is for me to be able to keep track of my credits throughout the year. KMA is kind of the same thing, lets me see when my like internals come through, what grade I got on them. Also lets me see my attendance and stuff like that, which is really helpful. OneNote and Office Lens are for business. At school we use different programs for that. Timetable just reminds me what class I have to go to next. Photomath is actually really helpful if you're doing math and you're stuck. It lets you just like take a photo of the problem or like scan it or like hehe, and then it'll like give you a solution like 1 + 1, and it'll just like tell you how to do it, kind of. Very helpful if like me you're kind of bad at math. And then TED Talks, I love listening to TED Talks. Some of them are really motivational, some of them are just interesting and funny, and so on the odd occasion I will listen to new TED Talks. And then of course I have Gmail, Drive and Classroom, which are very helpful for school. Okay, and then moving on, I have this folder called Rando, just because, I mean, look at the stuff in it. In New Zealand I used to keep track of like my air points, so if I fly somewhere I'll put in my ticket details and whatever and collect my air points. Then ORB Participant is my Duke of Edinburgh online record book, so I can just keep track of what I'm doing and how far away I am from completing it. McDonald's is McDonald's, I use this for the promo codes. Intercity is the bus. I don't know why I still have that. I can drive now, but I used to take the bus to Auckland and stuff like that to see my friends when I couldn't drive. Grab a seat, I like to be hopeful that one day flights will be really cheap and I will actually be able to buy some somewhere. Storyteller, I don't know again why I still have this. I downloaded it, but you actually have to pay to use it like at all. Depop, if you don't know what that is, it's just like people selling their clothes and stuff. I downloaded it because I thought it might be useful, but I'm actually like poor and don't really buy that much stuff online, so again I'll probably delete it. And 2048, if you have not played this game, you basically just like join the same numbers together, kind of. I used to have like a really good high score and then I deleted it, and then like a week ago I re-downloaded it because I was really bored in class. But yeah, you get the gist. Good game. And then obviously I have Spotify. If you don't already follow me on there, do as well. I have some cool playlists. And then Netflix is Netflix. I also made a video on like some of my favourite Netflix series and movies, so if you're looking for something new, go watch that. And then TikTok, again, pretty self-explanatory. Now this final row was non-existent before I started this channel. It's basically all of my YouTube and photo editing stuff, which I now need. So starting in the folder, Stories Art and Stories Edit are both like Instagram story template makers, so you can like go in. This one, most of them need to be paid for, but they have some pretty good ones. And like if you just choose like a free one, you can just like change the wording and whatever and add stuff to it, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, this one does need a lot to be paid for. Canva I just use for editing some random stuff. I also use it for school, for business, for like editing slideshows and making promotional stuff. Superimpose, I don't even know what it is. I watched a YouTube video that said someone used it for their thumbnails and I downloaded it, but I couldn't figure out how to use it, so again we're probably going to delete that one. Stories Edit, again, just Instagram story templates for load. They have way more free ones. Visco, self-explanatory. I'm not a VSCO girl, I don't have Premium, but I just use it sometimes if I'm editing my thumbnails and I want the filters to look good. It also has this really cool video effect actually. So if you go into it and you click on the little camera, instead of taking a photo you can actually push disco, I call it disco. So usually if you go there and you do that, it will make you some cool looking videos like this. It just kind of puts filters to them and puts it in slow-mo, which I recently discovered and I think is very cool. Then we have Leap Second, which is like my 1 second a day video. So you take a 1 second video every day and then it like collates them over the year and it looks pretty cool. I'm kind of obsessed with doing it. I might post my one on YouTube at the end of the year, depending on how it comes out. And then Fuji. If you don't have this app, it takes really cool vintage photos that puts like filters on them. So like this is me and it just has like a slight filter on it. It puts like a little retro date on. I think it looks really cool personally. Like some of them put more like rainbowy filters on than others. Yeah, it just makes them look really cool and retro and like puts a filter on it effortlessly. So I think that's really cool. Pixar again is one of those apps that I saw another YouTuber use for her thumbnails and I've not used it. Zoom, if you do not know what Zoom is by now, you missed a lockdown completely. I actually want to delete it. I don't have to use it anymore and it kind of just haunts me now. Lightroom I use to edit my thumbnails the most. I bought a preset pack, just a really cheap one to see how it worked and if it was like compatible. So I edit my thumbnails with that sometimes. It just gives you more features than VSCO and that you can edit more finer details. I do pay for that alongside Adobe Premiere Pro for editing my videos, so the rest of the things on this folder are all apps that I never use. Then YouTube is, I hope, self-explanatory. YouTube Studio is where I can go in to look at my analytics for my videos, my subscribers, comments, things like that. That's all you guys, so thank you. Fonto is an absolute godsend. It's what I use to edit my thumbnails. So like this one, it lets me make the text bigger and smaller. My favourite thing about it is that it will let you curve it, which just really gives it a cool effect. And I know a lot of people wonder how I curve my text. It has a multitude of fonts for you to choose from, which is super handy. And you can even add like other images and like elements, shapes. You can add anything you want onto them basically, and it really just enhances your whole thumbnail. So whoever invented Fonto is a genius and I love it. The final app on my phone is the Camera Connect one. I have a Canon camera and so if I want to take photos or something like that, I can connect it to my phone and then my phone acts as like a remote. It has a lot of other features but I haven't really used it too much yet. My technical ability is like stopping me from really learning how to use it. Then on this page is basically just all of those pesky inbuilt Apple apps that you can't delete and might be useful one day. Okay, so my screen recording is now finished and maybe you got an app that you didn't know about. Probably not, because my apps are all really generic. But again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day and I will see you in my next video. My back is worse. I feel like I'm realizing. Oh my gosh. I actually can't speak in this video today. I think I make funny TikToks but they're actually not, and then I get like 2 likes.